A huge accolade for Paul. Can Hywel perform as well? In the regional heats, his cooking was impeccable, but he often didn't hit the brief. Will it be the same again today? He's serving rhubarb and strawberry trifle tart. But his confidence has taken a battering after being ranked last for his main course.
How's your dessert going?
So far so good. I haven't made any blunders yet.
You've made it bigger, haven't you?
Made it bigger. I mean, one of the commentators said was lacks sort of, you know, a bit of occasion, so I tried to make it bigger. I'm going to make the crackling that goes on top a bit bigger when it stands out, so it's a bit more theatre when it gets to the table. So final day, disappointing result yesterday, so, you know, the pressure's on today to really perform. I want to finish on a high.
Hywel assembles the rhubarb and sponge on his tart. With the end of the competition looming, the other chefs are gunning for each other's dishes.
Is there anything else going with it, or is that it?
No, this is
Look at me, this is it,
This
yeah?
is it, this is the bad
part. So that's going to be one really, really good trifle tart then, isn't it?
I don't like much messing about on a plate, you know, stick to the main thing, and that's it.
Hal's seen what Chris and Paul have sent up over the past, and is very deflated. I think he feels he's probably kept it a bit too simple, and you know, maybe he should have done more.
Then, as Hywel pipes his chantilly cream over the custard, his confidence is shaken even further by Chris.
Is there anything else going with it? Any compote or...?
No, I mean, it's very much all the flavours are in the tart. You know, it's a
Nice bit of jelly or something?
Yeah, but what I've done, I'm doing it back to front. I mean, it's, you know, it's very different in style, obviously, to yours and Paul's.
You need to have a wow factor, and I don't think the tart's going to take that box. There's nothing celebratory about that at all, in my eyes.
Hywel adds basil, pistachio nuts and shards of almond crackling to the strawberries and jelly, and then brings it to the pass.
Here you go, guys.
This dish faced a mixed reaction from the judges in the heats, and Hywel's not expecting any better this time.
I don't think my dish is anywhere near the top three today. I think it's going to be a low-scoring dish. You know, I've tried to make it a little bit bigger, grander, a bit more theatre, but, you know, I know today that the dish doesn't meet the criteria.
See, I think the whole thing would look a lot better without all of this sugar work on top here.
Come on.
Oh, Oliver.
Come on, look.
The reason he's done that is because you complained last time it was boring.
I know, but look, it looks better like that, no?
No.
No?
No, put them back. Come on, put them back, Oliver.
No.
The pastry's breaking quite nicely. You know, it's cutting crunch when you do it.
Last time it was so undercooked, but
Oh, really?
This is good.
You know, I think it's much better, actually.
You didn't like it last time, Oliver?
No, I didn't like it. I think the quality...
You didn't like the cream.
He spent a lot more time on it.
He's layered the rhubarb underneath it all, so the balance between the acidity and the fruit and the creamy custard and the cream bit is just much better.
I think it really is delicious. My only fear would be, compared to the previous one or even the previous two, the sharing element is you slice it, you pass the thing along. You are looking for a sense of occasion, and I think that's the fault in this dessert, brilliant as it is, executed perfectly.
To me, when I see something like that, I just go, wow, because it just looks like something I want to dive into. So it's a very beautiful looking pudding, you know, minus the sugar work.
I think at the banquet, I think would be quite a slight sense of we better be on best behaviour.
Hywel might be surprised by those positive comments. Will his fellow chefs be as generous?
That's not the easiest thing to be serving.
No.
That rhubarb's lovely.
And you can taste everything. You're getting the nut, you're getting the strawberry, rhubarb, custard. It's lovely.
But I don't think it's good enough for a banquet.
There's nothing wow factor there, like, you know.
This is the people's banquet. We were told to give it the beans. It's a slice of tart.
Where's the interaction, you know? Suppose you're going to slice it and give them a slice, but is it theatre?
Hal, what can I say, is a brilliant technical chef. But was that dessert fit for a banquet? I don't think so. Therefore, 7.
This tart is far superior to the last one that he served up. So for that reason, it's an 8.
It was absolutely beautiful, but it wasn't for sharing, so I am giving it a 7.
This was not a pudding to be trifled with, and that was part of its problem. It was just a bit too solemn for the banquet, so it's a 7 from me.
Will Hywel make the grade? Once the judges have ranked their top 3 desserts, They must decide which dishes should be on the final menu for the banquet. Michael's desperate to know what it's like to be chosen.
Getting one on the banquet is amazing.
The word amazing is just the way it is, because everyone works together as a team, don't they? You have fun, you serve some great food, and you get real enjoyment out of it. You know, and you bond together as this one team.
Scotland's not been for a while.
To the banquet?
No, it hasn't been. First series.
Is that when it was?
So, hopefully Team Scotland are going to be there.
Now the unflappable former champion Lisa and self-taught Aktar head into battle in the kitchen.
Last course of the week.
Yeah, this is the, I guess, our last chance, really.
Aktar was very disappointed not to get his main course into the top 3 yesterday. And with just his fish dish in contention for the banquet, he knows his pudding must impress.
I really want to make sure today counts because I want to make it to the people's banquet. It's the only thing I've been thinking about for so long.
But he's up against stiff competition. Returning champion Lisa's confident cooking has seen her in the top 3 with both her starter and her fish course. She's serving raspberry and chocolate pavlova with wobbly jellies and pots of sheep's milk ice cream with nuts. Aktar, sensing another strong dish from Lisa, tries to put her off her stride.
What are you actually doing?
Sheep's milk's so light, it kind of reminds me a bit of like Mr. Whippy. I've gone for that.
Could you can put a flake in that?
No, so inside there.
Have you got the ice cream brand chimes coming along somewhere?
No, but I thought I was going to send you in, Aktar, and you can be it behind. I think everyone's nervous today. The banter's going on, try and put you off, you know, it's all added pressure.
This dish did well in the heats, and Michael's feeling threatened by his fearsome competitor.
How you doing, Lisa?
Yeah, good, how are you?
More meringues. This is pavlova, isn't it?
Yeah. You do meringues as well?
I'm doing meringues, There's quite a few meringues everywhere. Well, Lisa's dish and my dish are very, very similar, so that always makes it even tougher. She is an awesome cook. She's also a past champion, so, you know, that in itself could be enough to get her the result.
The other chefs also want to find out how much of a threat Lisa's pavlova will be to their own chances.
What we got there?
Like a hazelnut sugar.
Just looking at that sugar work, it's already pretty white, wouldn't it?
You can see it's going to have a white effect.
She's done it again, hasn't she, boys? Lisa's has everything. It's a very, very clever dish. For me at the moment, that's the one dish that's really rattled me, yeah.
Under the anxious gaze of her opponents, Lisa places her raspberries on the pavlova, adds the wobbly jellies, then dresses it with the sugar work.
Right, let's go, boys. Excuse me. OK, boys.
Now, lads.
Be gentle, don't wobble too much.
With 3 impressive desserts already served, will the judges be as kind to Lisa's pavlova as they were in the regional heats?
I think visually my dessert has got the wow factor, and hopefully it tastes as good as it looks.
I really don't like the look of this thing at all. I think it's just, I don't know what she's doing. It's just...
No, she's put some spun sugar work on.
I know, but it's, look, it's a mess. I mean, it's a mess. It's like, oh,
no, it's not.
And I'll put on some spun sugar work.
Well, it certainly is. Now you've played around with it. I think the jelly is delicious. It's really sharp. Beautiful texture. But that's about as far as it goes, really.
And the idea is then, obviously, to help yourself with the ice cream.
This is very dinner party-ish, and then this is very fairground, so I don't think it really works. There's no excuse for the pot, really. Could just be in a bowl.
You know, the one thing you notice is you're cutting it, you should have that crunchy thing to it, and there's not. And then when you taste it, you see it is that chewy.
With every other one of Lisa's dishes, there was a clear sense of direction. You knew what she was aiming at. You knew the result that she wanted to achieve. This, you just simply don't know. You just wonder what was going through her mind. And I think if that's the feeling you get when you come away from it, then you feel this is not a pudding which has been properly realised.
Do her competitors agree with the judges, or are they blinded by her reputation?
Whoa. The raspberries are really tart. The jelly's very, very tart too. Very, very sharp to go straight to your glands.
The raspberries and the jelly, yeah, it is tart, but I think it freshens the dish up so much. And the ice cream's not overly sweet either.
I think it's brilliant.
For me, I don't think there's one element of that dish which is not perfect.
For a chef of Lisa Allen's undoubted brilliance, this pudding was a serious disappointment. Rollover pavlova from me, it's a 6.
I don't know what's happened to Lisa. This pudding was a complete raspberry. It felt like the kitchen sink. Bit of sugar work, bit of jelly, pavlova, sheep's milk ice cream, a complete and utter mess. 5.
And she will be disappointed. She can do so much better, but I'm afraid it is just a 6 from me.
Lisa's a great cook, but I begin to think she's no good at puddings. So it's a 4.
Aktar's next to be scrutinised. Despite giving himself a mountain to climb with his elaborate array of Indian-inspired desserts, including chai panna cotta, coconut sorbet, mango shirkand and strawberry samosas, he's overflowing with confidence.
You know, the flavours are very simple, nothing too heavy. Hopefully top 3. That's the plan anyway. Got to keep your chin up.
Aktar struggled with this dish in the heats. Today he must make sure all the flavours are perfectly balanced.
And what are you grinding up in this magical machine of yours?
I am making mint sherbet to go with my strawberry samosa, so...
Had a wee taste of Aktar's mint sherbet. It blew the head of me, like completely blew the head of me. It's very, very strong. You need to watch how much he's putting on his plate when he goes to dress.
The judges criticised Aktar for serving his dessert in individual boxes. So this time he's gone for one big platter, and his new presentation has caught Tom's attention.
You okay, Aktar?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good.
Suits very pretty.
Well, I was trying to do, you know, the whole Indian thing. They like putting flowers on everything, you know, put garlands on their guests. I'm sure you've seen it. So,
is it not flowers because there's a...
And it's summer as well.
A female guest chef judge in there today.
That might have something, I mean, the pink,
nice touch.
Pink, you know. Just trying to keep the ladies happy, you know.
Then Andrew, sensing competition with his own dessert, joins in.
What's the box for?
That's pink as well, chef.
That's for Prue. Pink's for Prue.
Ignoring the taunts, Aktar caramelizes the sugar on the Alfonso mango, then places gold leaf on the chai panna cottas and lightly fries the strawberry samosas. In a final bid for theatricality, he then adds dry ice before his platter is boxed and sent out to the judges. And Tom is seriously worried.
You want to undo the ribbon of Aktar's and you want to see what's underneath. That I think is very clever because it's a little bit understated. It's not a fireworks show, but it makes you want to get in there.
What will the judges make of it?
Looks fantastic.
It is an absolute feast for the eyes. Now, the question is it a feast for the mouth as well?
Look at that, like a little brulee. Perfect.
You look at it and you think it's a brulee, but actually it's yoghurt, isn't it? And I think mango, you could put the mango through it. Like, you know, in a way it is a breakfast thing, you think. It tastes nice, but I think it could be much better.
The pastry on samosas is absolutely exquisite. It's so delicate, it's so fine. Very nice.
The panna cotta's got a great wobble on it. I really don't like gold leaf. I mean, gold leaf should be for books and for ceilings, as far as I'm concerned.
Where's your sense of celebration? You suddenly become, you know, like as a Puritan monk.
So what this is 4 very separate individual items that I don't think work in harmony at all.
If you just put your spoon in that and that together, or that and that together, they go beautifully together.
I think texturally, if I can be all chefy about it, I think the panna cotta's amazing, but I think all I've got in my mouth now is cardamom. You know, it's too powerful. I think this is far too sweet.
There are contrasts in here. They work off each other.
You know, you shouldn't have to tell people to have a bit. It should feel natural.
That was, excuse me, that was the way I ate it. And all I would say is that all it requires is a little bit of intelligence to eat this pudding. And the trouble is that neither you nor Oliver are prepared to show it. Exactly.
Well, while you two are bickering, I'm just quietly hoovering it all up.
A mixed reaction from the judges. Will this dish hit the mark with his rivals?
Go on then. Spoons.
Thank you.
What should we try first?
I'll go left.
Ice cream. Let's do the ice cream. What flavour was it?
Coconut
and lime, I think he said.
Oh. Refreshing. I like that. Never had a strawberry samosa before.
The strawberry's not too sweet. Pastry's really, really nice. For me, I'd say there's maybe a bit too much acidity in that sherbet for me.
Well, and there's a lot on the plate.
Yeah.
It's
maybe
too much
less of it.
Kills it, doesn't it? Brulee?
Go for it.
That mango brulee and cardamom is brilliant.
Yeah, it's my favourite so far.
Yeah.
I thought it was